Hello friends and welcome back to VHS. I'm your host Jesse, and with the release of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, yes, I have now finally seen every Mission Impossible movie that will ever be made. Right? Which can mean only one thing: it is time to rank the franchise. Take a quick moment before we get started to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to support what it is we do here. Now let's dive in and rank the Mission Impossible franchise. Number 8, Mission Impossible 3. Our countdown starts with Mission Impossible 3 coming in at number 8, also known as last place. This one is, if you remember the plot of this, it's about the stealing of the rabbit's foot, a device which is never really described, but the bad guys want to use the theft of the rabbit's foot as an excuse to preemptively strike, I don't know, generic bad guys all around the world. That's really the plan. Super dupes. Now, if you've seen The Final Reckoning, like I just have, you know there's more to be said about the rabbit's foot, but we'll leave it there to avoid any spoilers. Okay. Number 3 does have some good points. Let's jump in there and check those out. One of those points is the villain is played here by the late, great Philip Seymour Hoffman. Also, on rewatch, there weren't as many mask reveals as I remembered. I thought there were like 30 of them. There were only like 3, so good for them. It is mostly significant to the franchise for being the installment centered around Ethan marrying his love, Julia, and then realizing what a bad idea that is when she's immediately kidnapped by the bad guys. Had to happen. Moving on. Number 7, Mission Impossible 2. Coming in at number 7 is Mission Impossible 2 from legendary Hong Kong filmmaker John Woo. Are you guys old enough to remember the John Woo phase of Hollywood? The John Woo invasion of Hollywood, as it would? It lasted about a decade, and it went something like this: Hard Target, Broken Arrow, Face Off, Mission Impossible 2, Wind Talker's Paycheck, Goodbye, Thanks for Coming. And because of John Woo's absurdly over-the-top style, the double guns, the pigeons, the slow-mo, right? Mission Impossible 2 stands out the most from the rest of the franchise. If you binge through them, this one, the style of it looks like a completely different franchise. The long hair on Cruise, the motorcycle, oh my gosh, guys, the motorcycles on motorcycles, it was crazy. But hey, you get some Thandie Newton, and she's great. Number 6, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Yes, the Syndicate one. Rogue Nation has some pluses and minuses, so let's look. We add Ilsa to the crew. That's a big plus. Ilsa's great. We add Alec Baldwin as the CIA director. Soft minus at best, okay? We add character actor Sean Harris as the villain, Lane. Great actor, Sean Harris. If you want every line of dialogue whisper grunted the exact same way. Loved him in the Borgias, by the way. Also, we couldn't shake Jeremy Renner from this one. He's back. Let's call that one a push. I will say the climax with the bomb strapped to Benji was fun. I will give it that. And now I will move on. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. This movie was gobbledygook. It gets ranked this high because we've got the full team in place now with Ilsa, Benji, and Luther. Plus, we add Haley Atwell's Grace, the thief Grace. She's awesome. Yet another in a long line of fox-faced women that Tom Cruise obviously prefers to cast in his movies. Dead Reckoning really is the kitchen sink of the franchise when you think about it. They're throwing everything at us here, everything they can think of. Palm Clementif? Why not? A new goofball cop duo chasing Ethan all over the shop. These guys are so inconsequential, they don't even make the Wikipedia article. Why are they in the movie? Dead Reckoning, it has some fun moments, and I will say, the train sequence at the end is a blast. But ultimately, this movie is just a setup for the final, so it's not getting any higher on this list. Number 4, Mission Impossible: Fallout. Fallout might have made it this high on the list just because of Henry Cavill in the bathroom fight, to be honest. Spoilers for this one, by the way, just in case you haven't seen it, but this is how you cast someone against Tom Cruise. You get a much younger, much taller mountain of a man. So either they fight beside each other and there's an interesting dynamic between them on screen, or they fight against each other and we actually believe Ethan Hunt will struggle to beat this guy. That's good stuff. The plot line is pretty blah, all things considered, so that should tell you how much added value Cavill brings here. We're still dealing with Lane at this point, but now the Syndicate is called the Apostles, and really, who cares? The helicopter bumper cars climax is top notch. Great battle at the end of this one. Moving on. Hey friends, Jesse jumping in with a quick reminder to like the video if you're enjoying yourself and subscribe to the channel if you want to help us grow. We literally cannot do it without you. We're loving our experience on YouTube and we want to keep growing. We want you to grow with us. So start growing. Back to Mission Impossible. Number 3, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Let me say something right away about The Final Reckoning. It only gets to stay this high on the list, and I realize 3 is high. It only gets to stay this high on the list if it really is, guys, the final movie in the franchise. You know what I'm saying? The emotional satisfaction of reaching the end is doing a lot of work for this movie. And if they make another one with Tom Cruise just back in action like nothing ever happened, let me tell you, this movie, this last movie, The Final Reckoning, will plummet down the list of the franchise. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free since it's new, so no stress if you haven't seen it. The franchise is completely off the rails at this point. And I mean completely. Listen to the dialogue. Someone describes Ethan as like a mystery wrapped in a lightning cloud of chaos or some dumb shit. And every time one of Ethan's team members starts describing how hard their mission is gonna be, guys, I just start laughing at this point. By movie number 8, Christopher McQuarrie has run out of ways to tell us how uncatchable Ethan is and how impossible his missions are. But he just keeps doing it. Never mind the action sequences. This is actually maybe the bigger issue. Each chase scene in this movie is 5 minutes longer than it needs to be. Like, you feel how exciting it is, then you start to feel how boring it is becoming. But the real problem is with the 2 main action sequences, okay? One with the submarine that they set up back in Dead Reckoning, and it's in the trailers, of course, for this one. Also, the climactic plane sequence. Not bumper helicopters, this time it's bumper airplanes. See? Different. But both of these sequences are feature length all by themselves. And I'm telling you, if there is a way to get bored watching a man dodge nuclear warheads in a scuttled submarine deep below the Arctic waves, they found it. But they delivered on the catharsis. So like I said, if this really is the end, Final Reckoning can stay. But I'm watching you, Cruise. Number 2, Mission Impossible. The OG is still banging, and I hope you go back and watch it. I really do. My family binged the whole franchise to get our kids caught up for Final Reckoning, and I kid you not, the first one still holds up. Losing the whole team right away, it's crazy. The John Voight twist, it sets up all the twists that we're going to be twisting the rest of the way. All the mask play, the CIA black room sequence with Cruise dangling from the wires. I mean, how many times has that sequence alone been referenced and parodied in popular culture? Just about every cool technique and device from the series is established back here in the first one. Really, nothing gets improved on or even replaced. The rest of the series is just a tumbler, rearranging all the elements from the first one. We lose at least one team member / confidant every movie. We get betrayed by someone in power every movie. We go rogue every goddamn movie. It's all set up here. And it's still really good. Number 1. Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. This is what it looks like when a franchise gets back on the rails. It's a rare bird to see in the wild, so it's very much worth appreciating. Speaking of birds, by the way, Brad Bird, who is one of the big Pixar guys, he directed The Incredibles, he comes in, and the hiring of Brad Bird is one of the more inspired choices I can think of in a major franchise like this. He'd only done animation, and here he comes. And Bird has fun with the source material. He introduces the briefcase mask machine for the first time, so we can actually see the masks getting made. But the case breaks, so we have to find another solution. After Mission Impossible 3's heavy reliance on masks, this was an amazing choice. And this was also the first installment of the franchise to showcase Tom Cruise's obsession with dying on camera as he climbs the outside of this insane building in Dubai. Much like how the Fast and Furious franchise was righted in their fourth installment and then proceeded with a cohesive vision, Ghost Protocol is that moment for the Mission Impossible films. Christopher McQuarrie pretty much takes over the creative direction for the franchise from here on out, and it frankly becomes a jumbled mess. But we'll always have Ghost Protocol. And there you have VHS's ranking of the entire Mission Impossible franchise. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it gave you some things to frankly come yell at me about in the comments. It's okay, we don't always agree on this stuff, but man, Ghost Protocol, pretty great stuff. So we'll see if more Mission Impossible movies come out with Ethan Hunt. Maybe they try to do the Indiana Jones, hand it off to Shia LaBeouf's modern equivalent, that kind of thing. I can't imagine we're coming back just to throw Old Man Cruise off another plane, under another sub. I can't imagine. But if we do, I'll tell you what, the Final Reckoning is going to end up at like number 7 or 6 on this list. It's not the best, but it is the end. And if it stays the end, well, okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the list. I hope you've enjoyed this entire franchise. This has been running a long time, since the late 90s. This has been a part of our entire adult lives, if you're my age. So, been quite a ride. I was really excited to be able to binge this with my family and bring my kids up to speed so we could all go see the new one, the final one together. That's an awesome experience. Bring your kids to the movies, share movies with your kids, enjoy Mission Impossible, and come back and hang out with us to do more talking about movies and loving all this old stuff, right? It's a lot of fun. Until next time, we live here, only on VHS. Hey, Craig, this message is going to self-destruct in 3, 2...
Thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, and please like and subscribe. Check out more of our videos. Leave a comment. Or don't. You do you.